What is up, everybody? So today we're going to review a product that was sent to me by Motikom, and that product is called the MPlus. Now, if you want to find out more information regarding the MPlus, there's going to be a link in the description to Motikom's website, as well as a link to their Indiegogo campaign. And if you're interested in supporting their campaign, make sure that you follow those links in the description. Show them some support. Get yourself a Motikom MPlus, and we're going to talk about a little bit today about the features of this device, and review it and let you know what I think about it. So without any further ado, let's just get right into it. So the MPlus has what's called HDNC, which stands for Hybrid Dynamic Noise Cancellation. And what I can tell you right now is, while I'm riding, it's pretty well canceling out the noise from the outside. I mean, my bike is loud. If you've watched my videos, you know that the exhaust on my motorcycle is moderately loud. So despite the fact that how loud it is, it's doing well. So even without being one of its features, I can tell you right off the bat that if you're one of those people who wears earplugs while you're riding to cancel out wind noise and to prevent your hearing damage, this would be a good way of not only being able to have kind of earplugs in, but to also be canceling the noise. What the hybrid dynamic noise cancellation does is that there are different levels of noise cancellation that you can do. So obviously there are times when you're riding where you're going to want to hear the ambient noise. You're going to want to hear the noise that's going on around you. Let's say you're on a group ride and you want to talk to one of your buddies, one of your fellow riders. You can do that by changing the level of noise cancellation in your headset, and you could get to the point where you can actually hear just as well as if your helmet was off and your headphones were out. That's how well this device works. I've tried it myself, and I could definitely attest to that working and working really well. So we're out here today with that one girl. Go ahead and say hi, that one girl.
Hi.
Super enthusiastic to be out here helping your dad today. We're gonna get up into here to some higher speeds, and while we're here at higher speeds, go ahead and let me know, what does it sound like to you? How does the sound in your intercom sound?
Your voice is coming through just as clearly as when we were going at like 25.
Okay, so we're going at about 50 miles an hour right now, and I can hear her just as well. So what we've done is we've paired the Motikom MPlus with my Sena 10R, and it's not only canceling out noise, it's also making it so that I can hear my daughter just fine. So it works just fine as a noise cancellation headphone, but it also works really well as an intercom. In a minute here, we're going to stop and test out the distance, because I know a lot of you, when you go out on group rides, you're going to want to hear other riders, and you're not always going to be this close as my daughter and I are right now. So we're going to test out that function here in just a little bit. But before we do that, let's talk a little bit more about the Motikom MPlus. So one of the other features that we can't necessarily test out today, but which is really cool, is that the Motikom MPlus is IP67 dustproof and waterproof, which means not only that it's water resistant, but up to 1 meter deep. The Motikom MPlus is going to work for up to 30 minutes while submerged in water. So for a device that does so much, I think that's pretty cool that it's also durable and highly functional. So let's talk a little bit about the design. What you've got is, you've got this device that you wear around your neck, and the controls aren't buttons, they're knobs. So I'm going to control the volume with the knobs here on the left and right. I'm going to be able to turn the device on and off with the knobs. I know that with a gloved hand, and this is especially going to be relevant during the cold winter months, or the cold months for those of you who don't live in California, where you're still riding, is that you're going to be able to control this device without having to search out a button. Now, for me, that's kind of a learning curve thing, because with the Cena 10R, I don't have a huge problem searching out the buttons on my device. But what I can say is that, I mean, there's no margin for error with a knob system, right? You don't have to search anything out. It's just right here on the end of the device. So the other thing you're going to get with this device is 25 hours of operation. I can tell you right now, I've been testing this thing, turning it on and off, listening to music, testing out the intercom inside my house, and the battery life is great. I'd say we've probably been using it for about 4 to 6 hours of just testing it out around the house, listening to music and whatnot, and this thing's going strong. What's nice is, because it doesn't have like bars to show you how much power is left, it does give you a warning when you turn the device on. It'll tell you what level the battery is at, and I think that's pretty cool too. So a bonus thing here, and this isn't necessarily something that Motikom has advertised about their product, but for me, having a device like this that goes around your neck, that you can put in multiple helmets, to me that's a big deal, because if you're like me, you don't like to have all this extra stuff. I mean, right, as a moto vlogger, I've got my camera, my mic adapter, I got my Bluetooth headset, and then the battery on the back, and that's a lot of stuff that's extra on your helmet. Not only does it clutter up your helmet, but it also makes your helmet heavier. So this device goes around your neck. It's comfortable to wear. I'm somebody also that doesn't like to wear stuff around my neck. I don't wear chains or necklaces or anything like that, because it irritates my skin. But this is very comfortable. It has kind of a rubbery feeling to it, and you can adjust the device in 3 dimensions, meaning that it doesn't just bend in the U shape. You can bend it in all different directions so that it fits your neck. You know, if you've got a wider neck or a thinner neck, if you've got broad shoulders or narrow shoulders, it doesn't matter. The device is going to fit you just fine. So here we are. We're going to test out the distance at which we can still hear each other on the intercom. Okay, so here we are. Sounds fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
No problem hearing me. So start walking further away. You can turn around. It's fine. I mean, we can't see your face anyway because of the visor, so that's fine. How about now? You can still hear me well?
Yep.
Okay. I would say this is about the distance that you would be away, you know, on a consistent basis if you're in a group ride. So she's just going to keep going, and we're just going to test. I'll let you know here when it starts sounding maybe a little bit staticky on my end when she says something. How's it still sounding on your end?
It sounds the same.
Does it sound clear still?
Yeah.
Okay. Still super clear. No static at all. So if you're getting separated on a ride, obviously, if you're on a highway, it's going to be okay because there's not going to be that much obstruction. But if you're like in a city where there's buildings and there's other devices that are maybe getting in the way or obstructing the communication between the devices, you might have some problems. But see, she's about, I don't know, what did you say? You're about 100 feet away now?
Sure.
You still sound crystal clear on my end. How does it sound like for you?
You sound good.
Sounds fine? Okay, so keep going. We're going to go until it sounds staticky. Look at that blazing speed. Can you still hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I can still hear her. I'd say she's about 200 feet away now, and it still sounds like she did when she was right next to me. So that's still a good sign. She's going to keep going, though. So while she's still moving, well, let's talk quickly about the fit. So we've got the device here around the neck. What happens is that it's going to connect through this mic, which you can switch out this mic, which is a low profile here for my full face helmet. But for an open face helmet, you're going to use the boom mic. So the nice thing is that you can switch this out for whichever helmet that you're going to be using for that day. The ear gels make it so that when you take your helmet on and off, at least for me, I never had a problem putting my helmet on, keeping the ear gels in. They never budged. Actually, it's kind of funny because when I take off my my half helmet, that's when I started getting a little bit of trouble keeping the earbuds in. But for me, it's not a big deal that if you're taking your helmet off, the earbuds come out. So as far as it goes, every time I put my helmet on, never had a problem with the fit. They feel very comfortable. I feel like I could have these things in for hours and I wouldn't have a problem. And I am one of those guys who doesn't necessarily like to have stuff in my ears. So how are we doing?
I'm at the end of the lot, basically.
Okay, so we're on opposite ends of the parking lot. And I still hear her crystal clear. We're going to let her just keep going. Don't worry, I'll pick you up. You don't have to walk back.
Where am I going to go?
Just keep going. So when you're talking about buying a headset for your helmet to use on group rides or to listen to music while you're riding, to get that noise cancellation out, all these are really good things. But the other awesome thing about the M Plus is that you can use these every day. You know, if you're in your office, you want to drown out some noise while you work, while you listen to a little bit of music. Even if you don't want to listen to music at all, it's going to cancel out the noise surrounding you. And like I said, you can vary the degree of noise that's coming into your helmet. So not only will you have the opportunity to kind of just zone out and put all that behind you, you can also make it so that if someone needs to get your attention, they're not going to have to come over and tap you on the shoulder. You can vary those degrees of noise cancellation. So you can also use these when you're hiking, when you're bicycling, when you're doing any kind of activity. Like I said, this fit is really nice. It's comfortable. It's got a substantial weight to it to make it feel like it's a high quality item, but it's not so heavy to feel like it's burdensome around my neck. So let's check up on here on that one. That one girl, I can't even see her anymore. Where are you now? Did you stop walking?
I'm on the sidewalk.
You still sound super clear to me. How about you?
You sound the same except for that part where it started dying.
Yeah. No, I heard that, but other than that, it sounds super clear, yeah?
Uh-huh.
So stop there because now I think that's about as far as you can go before we start having regular kind of interference. That's a long ways. I mean, you're going to get separated a good distance while you're riding sometimes, but as far as it goes, I mean, that's let's just say I'm going to vouch for this because this is a good distance part. I can't even see you. Where did you go? Did you sit down?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. She's wearing my backpack. There's a lot of gear in there, so I mean, she's a good ways away. So let's ride over to her and we'll just give you an idea of how far away she actually got. Good work. You did a good job. So I actually had a discussion with Motikom and one of their members of their tech team. They let me know that the connection between the M Plus and something like a Sena headset or maybe like a Cardo, any kind of motorcycle headset, that the distance between the two is going to vary. He said that you could probably get about 150 meters out of the pairing between an M Plus and a third-party device. And back here on the road, how are we doing back there? Does this still sounds?
Yeah, we're doing good.
Still sounds clear?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So, sound quality. Let's just compare it from using the low-profile mic and the full-face helmet. How does it sound compared to the other helmet that I was wearing? Similar?
Yeah, similar.
Okay. A little bit better, a little bit worse? What would you say?
I think there's a little bit of mic distortion because it's so close to your mouth, but that's the only difference.
If I talk softer, or maybe if you turn the volume down on your Sena?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just not talking as loud and it sounds better?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So as far as clarity goes, how does it sound? Would you say it's similar, better, worse, maybe a little bit?
It's similar, but it's like a little bit worse.
Okay, which to me, I think that's to be expected. For one, because of the way that my full face helmet fits, the mic's a lot closer to my mouth, and also there's a lot more wind noise getting up in my helmet. So the mic is having to deal with wind noise, it's having to deal with the bike noise, and so that's a lot of things to contend with and still be able to be heard clearly. So what we're going to do is when we get here out on this faster road is I'm going to pull the face shield up, and we're going to see how it does with like full-on wind. Because I've seen not just the Motikom advertisement showing people riding around with just half helmets and three-quarter helmets with the full-on wind, and we're going to see how it does. Okay? Here we go. Getting up here to about 45 miles an hour. So here we go. Big test here. Okay. So how does that sound?
Sounds just as good.
It does?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that I am impressed. I am thoroughly impressed with that because whenever I see people use these intercoms or use any kind of Bluetooth in an environment like this, I always just assume that they can't really hear them, so...
We now return to your regular programming.
Alright, so we found out the power of the boom mic. Something that I've always been curious about. That thing can take on the full force of riding speeds, and still you can communicate. Not so great for the audio quality for a video, but you got the gist of it. If you're going to use the boom mic while you're riding, it's going to work for you just fine. And you're going to experience some excellent audio quality, and that goes for both ends of your Bluetooth devices, not just yours but the one that you are communicating with. So the last thing that we wanted to cover here, now we didn't need that one girl for this test, so we're just going to test out the call functionality and also the AI assist. If you've got an iOS device or an Android device, you're going to be able to sync your MPlus headset with that device, and you're going to be able to make phone calls, listen to music. Before we jump into the phone call, I will say that the music quality, the sound that you get from these headphones, to be completely frank, this is the nicest sounding set of headphones I've ever owned. So I mean, and this is coming from somebody who really enjoys music. I listen to a wide variety of music. I listen to a lot of hip-hop, a lot of pop, and you know, alternative. I'm probably dating myself when I say alternative, but I listen to a wide array of music, listen to all that stuff on this headset, and man, this thing is just knocking everything out of the park as far as functionality, as far as fit, as far as finish and quality of product. So the last thing here that we're going to test out is the call function. So we're going to make a phone call here at just regular city speeds, and then I'm going to jump on the highway and we're going to see how it sounds. These are the kinds of things that, you know, it's just passing every test, checking off every box to make sure that you guys can make an informed decision when you're considering checking out an MPlus Bluetooth headset. So here we go. We're going to make a phone call right here. We're going to reach out to my wife, who we call that one gal. Oh, and by the way, before I even make this phone call, I will say that the time it takes for your headset, once it's been connected to your phone, to make that connection again when you turn it on, it's super fast. I would say it takes about 3 seconds, maybe less. You know, it's going to vary depending on product. My Cena probably takes about the same amount of time, maybe a little bit less. But I mean, what's another half second, right? So here we're going to try and make a phone call here, and then we'll also get going. So we just simply turn the mode knob inward and we call home. So the other thing that's nice about these noise cancellation headphones when you're making a call, you don't have to dial it up to 11, right, for the volume on a call to actually hear. You can hear just fine at low volumes, at high volumes, whatever you might need for your situation. Quality. Obviously, we're going to get this on the recording, but how's the audio quality be on your end?
I can hear you clearly. I mean, there's road noise, but there usually is when you call me. Okay. But no worse or better, just about the same as when I call you on the other one? Yes, I would say it's probably pretty similar.
So we're going to get moving here to high speed.
And you can still hear me okay?
Yes, when you stop talking, everything disappears also, like all the road noise is gone too. It's just quiet.
Oh, okay. So it just picks up when I talk and then it goes quiet. That's cool. Because I'm going about 60 miles an hour now. And you can still hear me just fine. Correct?
Yeah, I can hear everything you're saying.
Okay.
The other, like I was mentioning, the other thing that's really nice about this is that I can hear my wife just fine, and it's super clear, and I haven't had to turn the volume up in the headset super loud, so you know, like I'm blowing my eardrums out. I can still hear, and even though she's at a low level, because of the noise cancellation, we haven't had to blast the call, which I've had to do quite a bit here with the Sena 10R. I don't know how, if in your experience, for all of you Sena users out there, how you have to take a call, or maybe you don't take calls at all when you ride. But this is doing really well.
Okay, so I'm gonna hang up now. Thanks for doing this test with me.
You're welcome.
So big shout out to that one gal for hopping on this phone call to help us test out the device. Audio quality is still excellent here in the headset. Audio quality on the other end, you were able to decipher that for yourself. So in my reviews, I give you guys my impressions. I can tell you guys how I feel about a product when I'm reviewing it. Typically when I'm reviewing a product, it's because I've gone out and spent my money and I'm reviewing a product for your guys' benefit. But this time around, like I said, Motikom reached out to me, and it's been such a pleasure to work with them. I actually got a chance to talk to their tech team. I got a chance to talk to the founder, and just so much thought put into this headset, and some great tech, great design, and I have nothing but good things to say. You know, when someone sends you a product to review, sometimes it can skew the way you feel, but I'm adamant about when I review a product, I don't let any of those things stand in the way of giving my honest opinion, because if you can't hang your hat on your reputation, then I mean, what is your reputation worth? So guys, if you have any questions about the Motikom MPlus headset, make sure you leave them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Like I said, I have the ear of Motikom themselves, and if they're not already going to be on this video responding to questions, I'll make sure that I reach out to them for you on your behalf. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. It's been quite a lengthy video because I wanted to make sure that we covered all of our bases and made sure that we reviewed every aspect of this device. But hands down, this is the best Bluetooth headset that I've ever used while I've been on a motorcycle. So this will be my main mode. We'll see how long it takes to remove the Sena. The nice thing about the Sena headset is it's convenient because it's already on my helmet. But like I said, because you could take the Motikom with you by just removing the mic adapter and switching out the mic to a different helmet, you know, it's only going to take you a few minutes to do that, and you're going to get better audio quality. You're going to get better, to me, I think you're going to get better intercom quality and call quality. So all of those things are bonuses that I think it's worth taking the time to set this up in your helmet and to use this as an everyday device. And like I said, all those other features about using them as a headset to listen to your music while at work, while at home, to drown out any of that excess noise that might be going on in your house. I know a lot of us are stuck inside with our families, and there might be a lot of noise going on. So just another bonus in using the M Plus. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, if you found it helpful, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, please be safe. Be kind to one another. My name is Eric. I'm that one guy, also signing up for that one girl and that one gal. And I